it really also comes back to this question of how do I make sure that there is a culture of acceptance, right? So if we try and link together this issue of communication with trust, trust is a nebulous concept in organisations, in life more generally, right? Many of us don't trust our political institutions and otherwise. So the question of how do I engender trust in how does my team trust me? How do they trust each other? It's about communication, absolutely, but it's also about acceptance, right? So acceptance, so bad news will travel fast if there's acceptance around the reason why the bad news is being pushed back up the organisational chain, right? And if there's acceptance around failure, again, I think organisations can learn a lot from sports, and many of us have watched the Michael Jordan series recently. But one of the things about a quote from Jordan that's often used is the reason he succeeded is because he'd taken so many shots and failed so many times.
Yeah.
I can't remember
Great quote.
Exact
Wonderful.
number, yeah. But that's why he succeeds, because there's a willingness to try and fail. And I think that willingness to try and fail is something that also engenders trust, because once you build a culture that says, our ultimate goal is success, but the way we're going to get there is by experimentation, and it's okay if as we experiment some things don't work, and it's okay if you tell me that they didn't work, because we'll learn from that. That learning organisation, going back to your question to start with, my philosophy on education, I think the philosophy on education is the same as the philosophy on successful business, which is that you have to be a learning organisation. You've got to be an organisation that's willing to say, just because something worked yesterday, it won't necessarily work tomorrow, particularly around this ambiguous world that we live in. So how do I learn my way through that? What do I need to do to learn? And how do I give my people enough comfort that if they fail in their attempt to learn, that's a good thing, not a bad thing, right? So I think failure for really successful organisations is viewed as a positive, not a negative.
Yeah, it's embracing the challenge as an organisation.